बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं
Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi,
Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi,
Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ
gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi,
Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi,
Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi,
Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi,
Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि
Sang
Saranam Gacchāmi Dhammam Saranam Gacchāmi Sangham Saranam Gacchāmi
Buddham Saranam Gacchāmi Dhammam Saranam Gacchāmi Sangham Saranam Gacchāmi.
Respected Venerable Bhikkhus and Venerable Bhikkhunis, Upāsakas and Upāsikās, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, and friends. The Dhamma program is about to begin. May I have your attention and do turn on your camera, please. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Wherever you are, a very good evening and also good morning, around the world. Firstly, we'd like to welcome Most Venerable Bhikkhu, B. Sri Saranankara Nayaka Mahatero, the Chief Judiciary Monk of Malaysia, the Monastic Advisor, Theravada Buddhist Council of Malaysia. And also, we would like to welcome Most Venerable Bhikkhu P. Sivali Nayaka Mahatero, Chief Sangha Nayaka, the General Secretary of Mahāpajāpatī Society of India. Also, we'd like to welcome Venerable Bhikkhunī Saṅgha, Abbess of Vihara Kusalayani, Chief of Indonesian Theravada Bhikkhunī Sangha, the Chief Dhamma Program Coordinator of United Theravada Bhikkhunī Saṅgha International Dhamma Program. And also to Venerable Bhikkhuni Sudarshana Mahateri, Abbess Samadhi Meditation Center of Pinellas Park, Florida, USA. And to all Most Venerable Bhikkhus, Venerable Bhikkhunis, Upāsakas and Upāsikās, and all brothers and sisters in the Dhamma and friends around the world. So welcome to the United Theravada Bhikkhunī Saṅgha International Dhamma Program. I'm Bhikkhuni Sumangala, your moderator today. It's my honor and privilege to welcome all of you to this program. And after the successful launching of Theravada Bhikkhunī Saṅgha International Dhamma Program on the 16th of January 2022, the Buddha's Fourfold Assembly is back to continue with the mission of the Buddha Sasana in bringing the key teaching of the Buddha and the development of the Sangha to the multitude, and to continue to live and practice in accordance to the Dhamma. Today, the Theravada Bhikkhunī Sangha International is presenting to you a 7 days Dhamma program entitled The Pillar, Strength, and Liberation in commemoration of Venerable Bhikkhuni Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī Parinibbāna Day. And today is the first day of the 7 days Dhamma program. So we are thankful to all the UTBSI Dhamma programs organizing team for their conscientious effort to organize this series of events, and much gratitude to all our invited speakers for their coming together to share their inspirational Dhamma experience and also contributions for the well-being of all. We also thank all the audience for taking time to join us in this UTBSI series of Dhamma program. So let us be inspired by the Bhikkhu and Bhikkhunī Sangha and follow the footsteps of the Buddha. Long live the Buddha Sasana. Indeed, this month is a month full of blessings. Many important events took place, which demonstrated the greatness of the Buddha's teachings and his great disciples who have attained liberation, and their heedful strive continue to inspire us to walk the Noble Eightfold Path and strengthen the Fourfold Assembly, the Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Upāsakas, and Upāsikās. On the 15th February, just a few days ago, the Magha Purnima, we recollect to mind the great assembly of the Sangha, where 1,250 Arahants, noble disciples of the Buddha, spontaneously assembled in the Venerable path with the Buddha, and the Buddha extolled to them the Ovada Patimokkha. The importance of humbleness in our practice, the discipline, and the goal of Nirvāna to the Sangha. In summary, it's not to do any evil, to cultivate good, and the purification of one's mind. This indeed is the teaching of all Buddhas. In this month too, in the Khuddaka Nikaya, Upadana, in bringing greater confidence to the Sangha, the Buddha instructed Venerable Bhikkhuni Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī Mahateri, the most long-standing Bhikkhuni, to display her knowledge, skills, and highest comprehension of Dhamma Vinaya to the Sangha before her Parinibbāna. Indeed, not only one, but the first 500 founding pioneer Arahant Bhikkhunis too were well-trained and realized the goal of liberation. This clearly shows the essential execution of going forth for women and the Upasampada, the higher ordination for higher mind and higher wisdom. In the Nikayas, the Buddha firmly reiterates the well-trained Bhikkhuni Sangha as one of the four pillars for the Fourfold Assembly, which is essential for the completeness and prolongation of the Buddha Sasana. By respecting the Sangha, the Bhikkhu and the Bhikkhuni, the order of the Buddha disciple will continue to live for a long time. So in this series of Dhamma talk, there are more that we can learn and be inspired of for practice. So stay tuned to the UTBSI 7 days Dhamma program. We hope that all Dhamma brothers and sisters will remain attentive in this Dhamma event, and we seek your understanding to remain calm and patient if there is any internet line interruption. And for the Dhamma talk, if you wish to thank and give words of encouragement or have questions, kindly write to the host and mention your name. Relevant questions to the topic will be addressed. So do also support us by subscribe to our UTBSI YouTube channel and like. Thank you. And now we shall grace the occasion by recalling to mind the refuge in the Triple Gem, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. With the most Venerable Bhikkhu's blessings, may we now invite Venerable Bhikkhuni Santini Mahateri, the Chief Dhamma Program Coordinator of UTBSI, to connect our hearts and take refuge in the Triple Gem, to recollect to mind the qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, followed by the reflection of Agi Savika Vandana. Let us now put our palms in Anjali and maybe invite Venerable Bhikkhuni Santini Mahateri, please. Unmute, Venerable. We cannot hear you.
Now? Bhikkhuni Sumangala, now can you hear me?
Yes, Ayah.
Okay,
You
thank
may
you so
start
much.
now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Namo Buddhaya, Most Venerable B. Saranankara Mahathero, Most Venerable B. Siwali Mahathero, and all Sangha members, humbly I ask permission to lead chanting in this occasion. My dear Dhamma sisters and Dhamma brothers, ladies and gentlemen, now let's we chant together. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantam Abhivademi Swakhato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammam Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Sakkha Sangho Sangham Namami Andamayang Buddhassa Bhagavato Pumbabhaganamakarang Karomase Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijja charana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa
Purisa Punggala Esa Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅgho Ahuneyo Apahuneyo Dakhineyo Anjalikareneyo Anuttarang Punyat Ketang Lokasati Adhime Saranang Anyang Buddho me Saranang Warang Etena Sanjavanjena Sotyate Hotu Sambada Nakime Saranang Anyang Dhammo me Saranang Warang Etena Sanjavanjena Sotyate Hotu Sambada Nathi me Saranang Anyang Sangho me Saranang Warang Etena Sanjavanjena Sotyate Hotu Sambada Ratanyunang Bhikkhunī Gotamī Jilamatuca Apita Agathanam Hi Sadasodhi Arotuno Mahāpajāpatī Buddha Siddhasa Sadasodhi Arotuno Eri Umpalawana Idriman Namuttama Savika Asin asa sada sandhi arotuno sadhu sadhu sadhu.
Thank you, Venerable Bhikkhuni Santini Mahateri. So let us keeping in heart the triple gem, and may we wish everyone a meaningful and fruitful UTBSI Dhamma program. Just to start off, in line with the theme today, we shall bring you to the life story of Venerable Bhikkhuni Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī Mahateri, part 1 of 7, yeah? And it's a teaser for our reflection. So sit back and relax.
Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī Theri Apadana.
Buddha Patumotara, the conqueror who clearly saw all phenomena, the leader, was born 100,000 world cycles ago.
Then I was born in Hamsawati in a minister's family that was abounding in all sorts of benefits, rich, prosperous, and very wealthy. One day I approached that bull among men together with my father and attended by a crowd of servant women. Seeing him like Wasawa, raining down the cloud of the doctrine, without taint, like the autumn sun resplendent with a network of rays, my mind was gladdened. And I heard his well-spoken words when that leader of men placed his aunt, who was a bhikkhuni, in a foremost position. After hearing that, I gave a great gift of many requisites for 7 days to that unique one, the best of men, together with the order. Then, failing at his feet, I aspired to that position.
Then, in that great assembly, the best of seers said,
I shall praise the one who has fed the leader of the world and his order for 7 days. Hear my words. 100,000 world cycles from now, there will be reborn in the world the teacher who will be named Gotama, through his lineage, a descendant of the Upāsaka clan. At that time, there will be a disciple of the teacher named Gotamī, who will be an heir to the doctrine, a legitimate offspring of the doctrine. This one will be the aunt of the Buddha, a foster mother of his life, and she will obtain prominence for long standing among the bhikkhunis.
I rejoiced when I heard that. Then throughout my life, I served the conqueror with the requisites. Then I died.
Yeah, this is a teaser for our recollection. We are very grateful to the Buddhas of the past and in our present, and also his wise, upright, and dutiful senior bhikkhus, the Mahatheras, who, following the path of the Buddha, compassionately and wisely guided the bhikkhunis to continue to uphold the Dhamma Vinaya for the well-being of the sasana. So through the stories, we can see that it all starts with right association with the Sangha and with the Buddha, and also making the right noble aspiration. So without further ado, let us now welcome our honorable speakers for today's UTBSI Dhamma program. Today we are very fortunate to have 3 speakers, and the speaker will be introduced and then followed by the talk. So for the interest of time and benefit to the listeners, each of the Venerable will be delighting us with the Dhamma for around 20 minutes, and kindly sit attentively and also listen attentively to our first Dhamma speaker. The first Dhamma speaker is the Most Venerable Bhikkhu B. Saranankara Nayaka Mahapero, the Chief Judiciary Monk of Malaysia. Can we have the slide, please? And also the monastic advisor of Theravada Buddhist Council of Malaysia. So Venerable will be speaking. The Most Venerable will be speaking on the great initiative and its great contribution to Bhikkhuni Sasana and society in commemoration of the Venerable Bhikkhuni Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī Mahatheri's Parinibbāna Day. So for Bhante, his spirit and his life is dedicated for Dhamma, and for him, changing one's life and the lives of thousands of people, monastic or lay, who are seeking for inner peace, serenity, and solace in the Buddha Dhamma. So this is where Most Venerable will be also sharing with us on this particular journey in commemoration of this particular inaugural day. So may we now invite Most Venerable B. Sri Saranankara Mahapera to address the audience.
Most Venerable Bhikkhu and Bhikkhuni, Upāsaka, Upāsikās, brothers and sisters. It's a great privilege, opportunity to see each other's, even though not physical, through Zoom. Such an important day to commemorate Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī, her great contribution done towards the Bhikkhunī Sasana is a very remarkable. If you go through the her own life story, we can see it, her determination, her patience, and also the encouragement, the humble approach what she had is a wonderful example. Many of us to be motivated. Not only in time, as well as for the third time. Form her character, her life story, itself giving the wonderful teaching. Being royal family, coming from the royal family, giving all the comfort to work with the noble path, that's the greatest achievement, someone realizing how important the noble path to work. She able to realize uncertainty in our life. She able to realize all the comfort she enjoy in the palace. This doesn't lead ultimate happiness. She able to walk this path. If we didn't initiate her role, until today, there's no Bhikkhuni Sasana. Her determination, her perseverance, and the great patience, what she had, is really remarkable. She able to humble approach to the Buddha. First round, rejected, didn't get disappointed. And second round, and also Buddha rejected. Rejected means doesn't agree to at that particular moment, not the time to get the ordination. What she did, final round, third time, also rejected. Then later, she decided with another, the huge 500s, other ladies to join for this, the order. Her determination to walk this noble path, she able to some sort of self observing herself and removing here where the yellow cloth, approach the Buddha, then she able to get that finally perseverance and her own determination. Venerable Ananda able to get the approval for to work this noble path. Her life story, many of us, we can learn a lot of things. Especially her such a patient what she had. Many of our Sangha members, as well as for the Bhikkhunis, if you go into the deep understanding her character, her patience, we can learn a lot of things. Getting title Buddha Mata is the highest title in the human history. Not only that, her great contribution for the Prince Siddhartha, nurturing, giving so much care and love, comfort to go through that particular period. Being your own children, having 2 children, and giving extra care and to the, she able to realize her own sister's son. She doesn't want to have some certain feeling towards the young. From there we can see it, her great love, her great compassion. What she done, giving such a comfort to the sister's son, besides having your own children. Such a wonderful character. Be able to realize, be able to see it. These are the greatest human qualities. The human being, the value coming for the inner development, inner quality, inner mental strength. What exactly being Sangha members, Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Upāsaka, Upāsikās, what is our great objective? Our objective development, our objective great achievement in our own mind. achievement, our own cultivation, achievement, our inner purification. Inner purification or value will come into your own self. This is the greatest mental energy we create within our own self. Is a lead us to final salvation. Realization for that particular message. Mahāpajāpatī character itself, we can see how much of assurance, how much she able to have such a patience and tolerance, understanding to work this noble path, to gain such an inner comfort, inner mental energy. She realized all those material comfort, the wealth, the fame, the royal comfort, doesn't bring any more joy or happiness to herself. All those things temporary. Many of us, we can see it. We so much feel it. We have the position, we have the wealth, we have so many other things in our material world. End of the day, when we are living in this world, we are not able to carry any type of things. Realization, Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī. That's where they keep on asking for the noble path to work, to practice the development in a great spirituality. Realization for that teaching of the Buddha, she able to achieve what she expected. The achievement, not she alone, all the female order. Until today, they able to get that the order to remain. As a bhikkhu and bhikkhunis, especially bhikkhunis, this particular day to commemorate, there's no other way. Get clear message, put into inner purity, inner development within our own self. In order to honor someone, the best way to honor, even Buddha himself mentioned, whatever offering is the highest offering. Amisa puja or Patipatti puja. From there, Buddha mentioned Patipatti puja is highest. There's a highest offering to the Buddha. That means from here, such a day to commemorate Patipatti puja, offering the highest offering to the Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī. Brothers and sisters, especially for the bhikkhu, or especially for the bhikkhunis, today you're commemorating such an important day. Your role today to the lead, the example, many Sangha members, Upāsakas, Upāsikās, supporting you, as well as for the seeking your leadership. Being the bhikkhuni, you got a bigger role to play. You are much less barrier for yourself to reach for the lay people, lay women. Today, the modern society, many of the people, in fact, have just come back. There's a 17 years old young girl commit suicide. Number of incidents happen. Your role is a huge role to play at this particular moment. Being the bhikkhuni, you're able to contribute the less barrier, less wall to reach the female, to share your knowledge, share your care, share your love towards them. at this particular moment is so much important. Your Dhammaduta, your propagation is so much important. Sutra studies, self-meditation, of course, yes. At the same time, use this opportunity, the golden opportunity, share your love and care, those who are really waiting, those who are people are expecting your guidance, your leadership, your great contribution. Such a way to commemorate, such an offering, such a Pratipatti Puja offering to the Buddha, to the Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī. She is a founder, she is a mother of the Bhikkhuni order. Such a title to get it, each and everyone following such a role, your huge, your area, big area to contribute towards mankind. Thank you very much. Highly appreciate and giving this opportunity for me to share a few words.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much, Most Venerable Bhikkhu Saranankara Mahathero. And we are reminded, with all those good qualities, and at the same time to enrich ourselves with all the opportunity that given to us as bhikkhu or bhikkhunis to follow the Buddha's great qualities, and also the qualities of all the Arahantas, bhikkhu and bhikkhunis, especially today in commemoration of Venerable Bhikkhuni Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī Mahatheri's Parinibbāna Day. So we thank Most Venerable for highlighting also the importance of the Bhikkhunī Sangha, for them also to extend their care and service to all those in need, and especially during this pandemic time. So next we will also hear from our second speaker. And our second speaker is the Most Venerable Bhikkhu P. Sivali Thero. The Most Venerable Bhikkhu P. Sivali Nayaka Mahathero is the Chief Sangha Nayaka, General Secretary of Mahabodhi Society of India. He has kindly consented to also share with us for today's commemoration. And Venerable P. Sivali Nayaka Mahathero is like to be known as a Kalyana Mitta of the Buddha Sasana. So without further delay, may we invite Bhante to also share with us the Dhamma on this commemoration day. Bhante, please.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Most Venerable Bhikkhu Mahasangha, Bhikkhunī Sangha, and dear Upāsaka and Upāsikās, thank you, Bhikkhunī Sangha, for organizing such a wonderful program in propagation of Buddha Dhamma. And thank you for this. We are getting wonderful opportunity during this Corona period. So we are getting meet each other online. So I'm very thankful to this Zoom meeting, Zoom online, the modern technology that bring us together. If we are not getting this modern technology under this Corona period, that we are so much depressed and much facing a lot of troubles and difficulties and anxieties. So I thank to Zoom technologies, so meeting us together. And the United Theravāda Bhikkhunī Saṅgha International is a recent, just is a child at the moment, I think, in a way. And just you are planting a very seed of the Dhamma and in propagation of an establishment of International Bhikkhunī Sangha. So thank you all the Bhikkhuni coordinators. You are doing wonderful work and responsibility towards revival of Bhikkhunī Sangha. This is the great tribute to Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī. Revival of Bhikkhunī Sangha itself is the great tribute. And this is the how we could pay our gratitude to the founder of Bhikkhunī Sangha by reviving the lost glory of Bhikkhunī Sangha worldwide. So you are doing a great job, great work. So I'm very much thankful to you for your hard working. And today the main topic is in commemoration of Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī Parinibbāna Day, the pillars, strength and liberation. Yes, it's very important. I think our Venerable, Most Venerable Saranankara Banteji greatly elaborate the contribution of Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī and her struggle, her life, and how she took all the pains in establishing the Bhikkhuni Sasana, putting the first pillar for the establishment of Buddha Sasana, Bhikkhuni Sasana, some 2,500 years back. So that was the most difficult time, not today. So our Bhikkhunis, nowadays, you must be encouraged, inspired from those 500 Bhikkhunis, 500 ladies who took all their risk in their life to walk towards the Buddha, asking for ordination. That was a very difficult time and very hard time, because that time was women were prohibited in religion, the religious practices in India. Women were tortured in almost all the Indian religious traditions at that time. Some even in today. It's continuous somehow, unfortunately. So now you have this modern technology to work together worldwide. No need to travel from Indonesia to India, from Malaysia to India, from America to India. So now wherever you are, use this modern technology to the maximum for the welfare benefit of mankind. get together. It seems that now the world is very small, not like before. Or 50 years before, it took much time to sending a letter. It took 10, 15 days, one letter from India to other country. Now you see how we come together, so close. So it's giving us that kind of inspiration that we are one family. We are living under one family, under one shade. So there is not that kind of differences as such. We don't feel that. So in these circumstances, I think we must be very wise, very important to be wise. That's the most difficult thing, to be wise. Because Buddha's whole struggle, whole teaching, to make us wise, to cultivate wisdom. So that is why Buddha says, Panyavantas ayang dhammo, nayang dhammo duppanyas. So my teaching to be understood by people who are having that intelligence, that little wisdom. Because this is against the current. Against the current, Buddha's teaching is. So it's very difficult. You need little wisdom and patience, mindfulness to understand these teachings, the wisdom teachings of the Buddha. And what I supposed to speak today, few words, it is the pillars, 4 pillars, the significance of 4 pillars for revival and promotion of Buddha Sasana, to make it strength. It's very important today. It was not like 2000 years back. Now, the multicultural society worldwide. Worldwide, people speaking different languages. And people's, before Buddha's time, maybe it is only in India, or maybe small other countries surrounding Asia. There was no Europe, no West at that time. So, but now, the worldwide, the various languages, various people speaking worldwide, it's a universal. The family is grown up, not Indian continent. So we need more people to bring the message of Buddha to the world. How only few monks can do this job? It's very difficult, So we have to speak so many languages, so many cultures worldwide. Suppose we want to go to Indonesia, Malaysia, or in other countries, so many other countries. But it is better to have the people from that country, like when Mahāmahinda Theravāda go to Sri Lanka for the first time to spread Buddhism. He ordained the people from Sri Lanka. From Sri Lanka itself, ordain, train, and ask them to teach the Dhamma. That is how Sri Lanka became the Buddhist country, strong Buddhist country. So in the similar way, I think only monks, the worldwide we have talked this subject many times for last many years, because how to revive the Bhikkhunī Sangha. The arguments, cross-arguments is keep on going on, unending. So you have taken the strong step today that we must take our freedom into our hands. This is the very important. This is very important because the Dhamma, Buddha's, when Ananda Bhante asked at the Parinibbāna, at the last bed of the Buddha, last moment, just before his Mahāparinibbāna. Who will be our teacher once you left? Venerable Ananda asked from the Buddha. So what Buddha says is very important. Very important, because he never appointed any successor for his teaching, nor the second teacher once he left. So Buddha replied, your teacher is my teaching, the Dhamma. Once I left, you follow the Dhamma. So Dhamma is your teacher. Dhamma is your master. Whatever I have taught, this will be your master once I have gone. So this is very important because there's so much of arguments, so much of controversies, fightings, unnecessarily for the post, to overpower the other, to take the post, name, fame. So that is why Buddha never appointed any successor in his place. You follow the Dhamma. When you understand, realize the Dhamma, that will be your freedom, that will be your master. So these nowadays, the Bhikkhuni, this United Theravada Bhikkhunī Saṅgha International, they have great responsibility. Of course, you have to approach these great monks whenever possible, if they are ready to give you good advice for revival of Bhikkhunī Sangha. Take their advice. When the practical advice, you take their advice. It's not harm. But you have to work hard. You have to work hard. How you can revive this Bhikkhunī Sangha under one umbrella. I appreciate this. Our coordinators, they never ask for any post of this organization. We had the meeting, the first meeting we had before we formed this United Theravada Bhikkhunī International. All these Bhikkhunis, they refused to accepting a post. They voluntarily, mentioned, we maybe no need to any post. We don't need any post at the moment. Or we don't need, we can work as coordinators. That's enough. So this is how the united Bhikkhunis can work, united. So we ourselves, if we are disunited, this gives bad example to our lay devotees, our Upāsikās and Upāsakas. So Bhikkhunī Sangha and Bhikkhu Sangha must work cordially and united with much respect to each other, because we are sisters and brothers in the Dhamma. This is how we introduce to each other. The respect to each other, listen to each other, and understanding each other is the basic thing how we can grow. So we must learn the lesson from our Vinaya Pitakas, whether it's from Bhikkhuni Vinaya Pitaka or the Bhikkhu Vinaya Pitaka. We must learn many lessons. There's so many things that maybe not practical today. There are some kind of rules, some kind of small rules are there. It is not practical for today. It's not practical for today. Because suppose we walk in the naked, barefoot on the road. It's not practical today. No. In most of the ways, it is not practical. At that time, it is okay. But today, it's not practical. No. So like that, there are so many small rules are there. That is, we keep for the senior sanghas, mahatheras, to consider it in the future. So I wish and we can work together all the time, bhikkhus and bhikkhunis. We must work together. When we work together, because our goal is the one, because that is how, when Buddha says in his first teaching, Charata Bhikkhave Charikam Bhahujanahita. So Charata Bhikkhuni Charikam, we can say also. That time Bhikkhave Charata Bhikkhuni Charikam Bhahujanahitaya Bhahujana Sukhaya Atthaya Hitaya Lokanukam. So this is also a way of this using the modern technology, also kind of Charata Bhikkhave, you know, because you are sending message to worldwide. Because now you can't walk, you know. How you can walk? You cannot walk. You cannot travel, you know. So now they use the Zoom to Charata Bhikkhave, Charata Bhikkhuni worldwide, you know. Send the message to worldwide. So we are spreading the Dhamma. Even we are not assembled together physically, but this is more accessible, this Zoom, and also economical, you know, more economical. If you travel from Malaysia to India, how much you have to spend? From Indonesia to India, you have to spend so much money, you know. From Florida to India, you have to spend so much money. Australia, but now this is very economical. So we must use this most modern technology to spread Dhamma worldwide. So it's very important to understand that the united, that what says united, we are strong, and divided, we're going to fall, you know. So this is how this happened in the past. When it disunited, fall, Bhikkhunī Sangha. When monks abandoned the Bhikkhunī Sangha, or they did some kind of ill treat or disregard. In most cases, what we have done so many research on why Bhikkhunī Sangha disappeared from India and also from Sri Lanka. What we are getting that I think Sangha Bhikkhus, they did ill treat to the Bhikkhunis, Bhikkhunī Sangha. This is unfortunate, but we have to accept. The truth must be accepted, even late. So that cannot be suppressed. So now, that is why, Venerable Bhantes, we must come together to support our Dhamma sisters, you know, because, you know, life is so short. For last 2 years, we have experienced so much of impermanence, how uncertain this life is, how short this life is. But our most senior monks' ego is very big, so they are not coming to support, you know, to the Bhikkhunī Sangha, to revival. So it is Dhamma, you know, it is Dhamma that we must reduce our ego, come with the compassion and love and loving heart in promotion of Bhikkhunī Sangha. This is the only way, because our whole effort to eradicate our ego, you know, then only we can attain Nirvāna. Otherwise, no Nirvāna could be attained, never. If we keep on with our that kind of fundamental and that kind of thinking, is very difficult. Rules, Vinaya, and even the Buddha asked, you know, before his passing away, what he asked Ananda Bhante, if you want to change some minor rules, some minor things. You can assemble together, you discuss. You can change it, you can modify it. If there is any that kind of minor rules which is not healthy for strengthening Sangha, the Sasana, to assemble Bhikkhu together and discuss that kind of sort of things. So I think it is the time that, because that is a big responsibility, the senior Theras are there in the different countries. So I'm not going to speak on some of those extent, but I am free to speak because the freedom of speak is very important. It's the one of the great, this is a Buddha says in his Kalama Sutta, you are free to think, you are free to speak for the freedom, for the liberation. So I think these senior monks should cultivate little more compassion, little more loving kindness every day. If they practice every day metta bhavana and loving kindness or compassion, I think very soon they also attain Nirvāna, and also they will have that kind of broad heart to help our Dhamma sisters. This is very important when we are living in this century. It's the most modern, everywhere worldwide, talking about the so many rights. So why not talking about the Bhikkhunis' right? They are just like refugees. No one to take care. Then it is better. We are now talking, you just chanting, Natti me saranang anya, Buddho me saranang vara. Natti me saranang anya, Dhammo me saranang vara. Natti me saranang anya, Sangho me saranang vara. Then you don't have any refugee Sangha. If Sangha doesn't help you, if the bhikkhus doesn't help you, then what is the use of taking refugees in Sangha? The how, why? So there are things we must think more wisely and with more compassionate heart. I think that is the very important thing. Actually, if you go to the Buddha's time, he didn't refuse that first thing when Mahāpajāpatī asked for ordain. I think my time is going to end. Bhikkhunī Sumangala, few minutes, just few minutes, okay? Excuse me. So just, Buddha not actually refused. That is also misconception. We must correct that. It is only Buddha was little hesitate. He had some sort of hesitate. Why? Who will safeguard these ladies, these bhikkhunis? When they are staying in a certain solitude life, who will take care of them? Who is their protector? When they left their home, when they renounce their homes, when they become nuns, of course, they have to live alone somewhere. The ladies, it was difficult to live alone. At that time, even like living in a forest, how one lady, one bhikkhuni living in a forest, alone, practice Dhamma. Monks live in the forest life in Buddha's time everywhere. But how the nun could live in the forest alone herself? This was Buddha's concern. That is also in compassion to her. It is not that how this explained that Buddha refused. Not like that. It is only out of compassion to ladies and bhikkhunis once they enter in a Bhikkhuni Sasana, who is their protector? That is why he asked, you better live near to the Bhikkhu's monastery, not more far. You see how Buddha was so compassionate. He asked Bhikkhuni's monastery, not very far away, should not build very far away to Bhikkhu's monastery, some nearby. So if there's some difficulties, Bhikkhus, Sangha can help, can protect. That is why we call Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Upāsika, Sangha. This is the Sangha, fourfold Sangha. If one pillar is used, you become handicapped. How you can walk. If your one leg is lost, how you can walk properly? You become so weak. Even you put a steel leg, is not that, it doesn't give you strength that. So we need 4 pillars of Buddha Sasana. So with these few words, once again, I pay my humble tribute to Mahāteri, Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī, and all other Bhikkhunis, Mahāteris in the past, present, and for your great this contribution and spreading the Dhamma. And I wish that all these, our listeners, we can see there's so many listeners online. So you all will support the hard working of present Bhikkhuni, United Theravada Bhikkhunī International for it's a great effort. We are one. We are not, maybe you are different colors or different eyes or different language, but we are all one, in the samsara. We all are struggling for liberation from samsara. So Nirvāna is not a monopoly of one person or one particular sect or any one Sangha. Nirvāna and the liberation is the liberation for all humanity. Nirvāna is realization and the freedom of suffering and miseries. So it is not just for one religion, it's the humanity. It's about welfare of the humanity. So this is the great blessings to all humanity. What Buddha says, this life is uncertain. This corona has given us this experience so much to worldwide. Now many people in worldwide, in other countries, those never heard Buddhism, now they're talking about anicca, this anicca, even from other Western countries, European, some African country. Sometimes they talk to me, and what is this anicca, impermanence and this uncertainty. So this has this universal message, universal impermanence, the short of life. But we are talking and arguing about the text, this text, that text, but life is already gone. We keep on arguing. We never can come to resolution. Keep on arguing until you take a walking stick and go to your deathbed. Until the last moment, last breath, and life is gone. Life is already gone. The golden chapter of the life. So we should not be stupid. We should not work so ignorantly, because the precious life is precious. Human life is precious. Who knows what is the next life? So we should not be that kind of be fooled, talking about the next life and forgetting this moment. This moment today is the most precious, most important moment now. So Nirvāna is here and now. The freedom is here and now. Liberation is here and now. It is when we understand what is happening now in this moment. This is the most important. The realizing the suffering, realize the miseries of the human life. This is the most important. So with these few words, I conclude my few words, and I once again thank you very much for Bhikkhunī Sangha and all the listeners online. May you all be well and happy. May you all keep good health in this Corona period. Practice Dhamma well to get rid of all this samsaric suffering. Thank you very much. Namo Buddha.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much, Bhante, for your very insightful talk. And I'd like to highlight that the main message is that bhikkhus and bhikkhunis, Upāsakas and Upāsikās, let us respect each other, listen to each other, and understand each other. Work together for one goal, and that goal is liberation. Thank you so much, Bhante. And we hope that this strong message will reach to the heart of the many, and may all realize the fact that indeed life is short, and we should actually support each other with loving kindness and compassion, so that all of us will be able to realize the ultimate goal of Nirvāna at the earliest opportunity. Thank you, Bhante. So now, without further delay, we will now invite Venerable Bhikkhuni Sudarshana Mahateri. Venerable Bhikkhuni is from Samadhi Meditation Center of Pinellas Park, Florida, USA. And here is a biography. Bhikkhuni Sudarshana dedicates a life to the Buddha Dhamma, born in 1968, ordained as a novice in 1985, and as a bhikkhuni in 1997. So she holds the honor of having been in the first group of bhikkhunis ordained in Sri Lanka. Educated at Peradeniya University in Kandy, then at Colombo University, she received her bachelor's degree and diploma in education, respectively, and set out as a high school teacher for 12 years. Bhikkhuni Sudarshana loves learning and continued a Master of Arts degree at the Buddhist and Pali University, and also obtained a Master degree of Education degree at Colombo University. She has promoted the status of women in Buddhism by organizing 3 international higher ordination ceremonies in Taiwan, 2001, Sri Lanka, 2002, and in Sri Lanka again, 2003, and also 2016, she also organized another international higher ordination. She also published a book entitled Bhikkhuni Patimokkha and Vinaya Karma, year 2001. So Bhikkhuni Sudarshana has traveled widely: Taiwan, Korea, Thailand, India, Cambodia, New Zealand, and the USA. She resided in India for 2 years at the Mahāpajāpatī Society in Sarnath, and since 2003, she has resided in the USA and is now the abbess of the Samadhi Meditation Center of Pinellas Park, Florida, USA. So may we now invite Venerable Bhikkhuni to speak in commemoration of Venerable Bhikkhuni Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī Mahatheri's Parinibbāna Day. Please.
Thank you, Venerable. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Dear Most Venerable Mahatera, Most Venerable Devali Mahatera, my dearest Bhikkhuni Sangha, friends in Dhamma, thank you for giving this opportunity. Today we commemorate of Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī, Parinibbāna Day. This is organized by United Theravāda Bhikkhunī Saṅgha International. Now, I had chance to talk to Venerable, Most Venerable Sivali Thero, and we talk about how we can get together. Once he mentioned about this pandemic situation, we had hard time to get each other, but nowadays is technology. We meet, we can see each other, we can do more things, even we are not physically in front. It is great opportunity. We had revival Bhikkhuni order. At the former first Bhikkhuni in the Buddha Sasana is Mahāpajāpatī Mahateri. You know the Mahāpajāpatī meaning is great leader of the group of people. Great leader of the group of people, Mahāpajāpatī. She put so much effort to get ordained. That means Buddha is not compassion. It does not like that. Buddha is a great compassion. Buddha only concerned about the non-safety. And at that time in the Indian society is Brahmic society. The only Brahmic society is the highest. Others are lower. Then it's a very hard time to put the women in the place. That's why Buddha waited until suitable time, how much they wanted to get in. And then Buddha, everything, Venerable Buddha concerned and gave permission. If not, Buddha knew the women can achieve highest statement of enlightenment. This is possible, not only for the men's. Then anyway, the Lord Buddha is born in India. Then his father named Suddhodana, and her mother was Queen Mahamaya. Mahamaya Devi passed away after 7 days, giving birth to Prince Siddhartha. Then Queen Mahamaya's sister Mahāpajāpatī, they raised and take care of the Prince Siddhartha. Princess Mahāpajāpatī was Prajapati's parents, King Anjana and Queen Yasodhara. You know, the Buddha visited Kapilavastu after 2 years after enlightenment. Then listened to the Dhamma session. King Suddhodana became Anagami, non-returner. Then Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī became a Sotapanna. Around 4 years later, King Suddhodana passed away. Then after that, Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī decided to go forth and get ordained as a nun. However, by then the order of Buddhist nuns was not established as yet. During the visit by Buddha to Kapilavastu, Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī approached the Buddha and expressed her wish. Then not Buddha refused. Buddha wait until suitable time. I like to say that. Buddha has a great compassion, no other religion. Then after Sakya-Kolian tribes, 250 young men ordained as a monk, also 500 wives get together, Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī, and push her, go, request again. Then all 500 royal ladies, shaved head, put the yellow robes and walk to the Vaishali. Alone walk, long walk, and swollen feet and dusty, muddy, and tears with eyes. Then Venerable Ananda stepped forward and request and ask Buddha is if it's possible to women to develop spirituality, gain enlightenment. Buddha, of course, say yes, there's no differences. Male, female, no differences. If you achieve enlightenment, anybody can achieve it. Only need to be wisdom, has to develop the wisdom. Then Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī agreed, and when Lord Buddha agreed to ordain the Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī, she is the first foremost Bhikkhunī Sangha. The order of the Bhikkhunī Sangha was formed around 5 years after the Bhikkhu Sangha. After 5 years, Bhikkhu order. Not long after her ordination, she attained the Arahathood. Look at that. Female is nothing. Only she have to develop the wisdom. Her Arahathood with intuitive and analytical knowledge and supernormal powers. Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī and 500 nuns reside Vaisali nunnery, it built by Lichavi. When Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī Arahant Theri made the resolution to pass away and permission from the Buddha requested her to demonstration her spiritual powers, which she did by rising into the air. Then paid homage to the Buddha 3 times, and Arahant Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī Theri came to the nunnery and developed the jhana through the meditation and attained final Nirvāna by passing away. It is recorded that is a means of paying respect and gratitude to the foster mother. Mother followed her with other bhikkhus up to the vihara entrance. Buddha and his great 2 disciples, 80 great disciples, and all other monks and nuns followed the funeral procession of Arahant Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī. That was the first and the last time Buddha took part in the funeral procession. Mahāteri Prajapati Gotamī had determination, courage, patience, wisdom, perseverance, and clear vision. With her devotion to the Dhamma and merits to all possible for her dreams come true. Is Bhikkhuni Mahāteri Prajapati Gotamī proved to the world that women also capable as men to attain enlightenment. The highest knowledge can gain even the ladies, women. She broke that inferiority in Indian society. That inferiority circle, she was broken. The approach to the highest knowledge, highest wisdom, enlightenment. Like that, the women, ladies, we think is, oh, they can do it, but we can. I want to pay great attitude to Theri Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī Parinibbāna Day. Without her, there's no Bhikkhuni Sāsana. The Buddha's dispensation, Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Upāsaka, Upāsikās. There's 4 pillars is established. After a long time ago, then it's Bhikkhuni Sāsana disappeared. But Bhikkhuni Sāsana went to the Sri Lanka. Sanghamitta Theri, King Asoka's daughter, they established the Bhikkhuni Sāsana. Then from there, from Sri Lanka to establish Bhikkhuni order to China and many other countries. Then is still one of the little connection with the former Bhikkhunis. from the Sri Lankan Bhikkhunis. Then Bhikkhunī Sasana re-established 1996, Indian Mahāpajāpatī Society. Later, Mahāpajāpatī Mahatera. We had great respect, gratitude for Venerables. He talked about the Bhikkhuni ordination revival. Then he wanted to do it in Sri Lanka, but it's impossible. Then he selected 10 nuns from Sri Lanka, late Kusumatheri leader, and we selected 10 nuns from Sri Lanka. Then he later Venerable Vipulasara can do it by himself in Sri Lanka. Many other objections came up. Then at that time, late Venerable Vipulasara Mahatera was secretary of the president of the Mahāpajāpatī Society in India. He took the 10 nuns to India in Saranath very secretly. Then Korean Bhikkhunī Sangha helped to re-establish the Bhikkhuni ordination in Saranath, 1996, first time revival of Bhikkhunis. I am very fortunate to with that group. Look at that, all the difficulties coming behind us. Also nowadays, after that second Bhikkhunis established ordination in Bodh Gaya. After that, Bhikkhuni ordination many times it happened in Sri Lanka nowadays. Almost, I think, 4,000 Bhikkhunis in Sri Lanka, all over the countries. Some Bhikkhunis from Vietnam, Thailand, they came to get ordination to Sri Lanka. Then we are so happy, we're grateful. We have great support of Mahāpajāpatī Sangha. We have to appreciate. And we are very gratitude for them. Also, Bhikkhunī Sangha, we have to be together. Also, we don't have to be ego, or this, I am the first one, I am the first one, I am doing this one, something like that. We have to be more humble. We have to more respect to the Bhikkhu Sangha. Because without Bhikkhu Sangha, now who is giving us, who is supporting us? The Venerable Thera, the Sevali Thera mentioned about the Buddha's leader is a Dhamma. Is sure leader is a Dhamma. We are respect to the Dhamma. We are following the Dhamma. We are gratitude for the Dhamma. Also, we need nowadays is a Putujjana. It's we all are Putujjana. Then some monks not agree to support the Bhikkhunis, but we don't want to disappoint them. We have to be courage like a Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī theory. Courage and determination, patience, and determination. Don't give up our main idea. Now we have Bhikkhunis in the world. Even though government don't accept, that's okay. We don't want to accept from the government. We need to practice. We need to together. We need to have our courage, determination. Why we want to become a Bhikkhunis? Not getting our position, not getting a leadership. No, we are living a very short time. Why? What is the reason we became a monastic? Get rid of suffering. Get rid of suffering, attain achievement and Nirvāna. Some kind of level of attainment. That's what we have to focus. We all together, great monks, we are supportive, we appreciate, we gratitude, we respect for them. And also we have to go through the Dhamma, be patient, courage and determination. We can learn from these things from our great Mahateri, Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī. And that is the more respect, more venerate for the Parinibbāna day of Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī. All the Bhikkhunī Sangha, respect and gratitude for your courage and effort. We can go forward don't step when we go forward and achieve our final liberation. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much, Venerable Bhikkhuni Sudarshana Mahateri. So we have heard the three speakers, and I think it's so important for us to be thankful and have great gratitude to all our forefathers and foremothers in the Sangha to make this path available for all of us, even in our modern era. So we are truly grateful of the great initiative of the great long-standing Bhikkhuni Venerable Mahāpajāpatī Gotamī Mahateri, and also remembering also the great Bhikkhu Venerable Ananda Mahatera, and all the blessings and all the compassion and wisdom of the Buddha to make this great initiative possible for humanity, for all the people to come to this path. And with this great inspiration and helpfulness, may the Theravada Bhikkhunī Sangha continue to progress for the well-being, benefit, and happiness of the many. As we can see that we are going through some sort of like similarity, yeah, in going forth, not only bhikkhunis, yeah, but also even the bhikkhus. And during the Buddha's time too, even the Buddha, in order to bring this truth, this Dhamma to the people, it takes time for people to learn, to practice, and to transform, and to walk the noble path. So this is something that for the wise to come forward and also to walk this path, so that they too will be able to realize the ultimate goal of Nirvāna. So following the Venerable Mahāpajāpati's footstep in unity, the Bhikkhunis are recognized not by position, but by their unwavering determination, diligence in practice, the good conduct, and also their qualities of wisdom and attainment that truly be one of the pillars of the Buddha Sasana. And indeed, as we all know, the Buddha said the greatest reverence to the Buddha is by practicing the Dhamma. So we hope that through this particular Dhamma talks and vast experience sharing from the Mahateras and Mahateris, may we all be inspired to do what is necessary, what is important for humanity, and also the right way for the Sangha to grow for the well-being of the many. So now we will also like to open up for if there's any questions or any feedback. You may actually write to our host. And if there are none, then we will continue to proceed and to also remember today, as we recall to mind this commemoration in memory of the great leaders of the past. We also would like to recall to mind our commemoration for the late Bhikkhuni, in commemoration with profound respect to the Venerable Bhikkhuni Visakha Mahateri, who has just passed away in 7th February 2022. And she has also performed her diligence in groundbreaking determination to be one of the foremost Bhikkhuni of this era who have taken higher ordination as a Bhikkhuni in 1998 in Bodhgaya. So we commemorate her lifelong efforts for the Buddha Sasana and her contribution to the Bhikkhuni Sasana and the society. May our late Venerable realize the ultimate Nirvāna soon, and may we wish that in our motherland in India, there will be more and more great leaders of the Bhikkhunī Sangha to continue to spread the Dhamma for the well-being of the many. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
Now we would also like to invite the Most Venerable Isivali Mahatero to conclude our session, this inaugural session, the first of the 7 days, and to bless everyone in this assembly, and also to share merits for the well-being of the many. May we now invite Most Venerable Isivali Mahatero to do these blessings for all.
Yeah, Bhikkhuni. Yes. So we chant together. So by the merits that we accrued after listening these words of wisdom of the Buddha, that we all, the foreigners who are joining with us online from different countries, may all be well and happy, be free from mental suffering, be free from anger, hatred, ignorance, and soon cultivate Dhamma, practice Dhamma, understand and realize the truth, and purify your mind every moment. Keep steadfast practicing Dhamma. Life is this moment. Next moment maybe we are no more. So this is so uncertain. So whatever we have discussed today, keep in our heart, bring in all these into our practice, and everyone are responsible for their own freedom. So may you all be well and happy, be peaceful, and may all the beings, wherever in this universe, be free from mental suffering, be free from physical suffering. May all be happy, living joyfully, peacefully in their life. And let's chant together, all our bhikkhus, bhikkhunis, and Upāsakas and Upāsikās. Those who cannot chant, you can listen attentively with peaceful mind, so you can keep your inner peace intact. May you be happy, well and happy. Sabba pāpassa akaranam kusalassa upasampada sacitta pariyodapanam etang uddhana sasanam Anti paramang tapotitikha Nibbānang paramang nahi pabbajito parupghati samano hoti parang vihetayanto anupavado anupaghato pati mokhecha samvaro mathanyutacha bhattasmin pantancha sayanasanam adicittecha ayogo etang buddhana sasanam sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava bhavatu sabba mangalam rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalam rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalam rakhantu sabba devata sabba sanghānubhāvena sada sotti bhavantu te dukkhapatāca nidukkha bhayapatāca nibbhaya sokapatāca nisokha hontu sabbe pipanino sadhu sadhu
Sadhu. Thank you so much, Bhante, for your blessings and also the sharing of merits for the well-being of the many. So, dear brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, and to all who are present in this assembly, this program is coming to a close. So we're glad to share with you the upcoming announcement for the UTBSI 2022 Future Dhamma Programs. Tomorrow, 18 February, at the same time, Indian Standard Time, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. or KL, Malaysia time, 8 to 10 p.m. And according to your own country's timing. Tomorrow, our honorable speaker will be Venerable Bhikkhuni Viditādhamma Dipa from Vietnam. She will be speaking on the topic of Mother of Bhikkhunis. So do join us again tomorrow. So we have come to the end of today's Dhamma sharing. And on behalf of UTBSI Dhamma Program Coordinator, they give me the gladness and honor to thank all of you. And this is especially from our inner core of our hearts, reflecting on how everyone has strived peacefully, practiced and developed mindfully towards the realization of the noble path and to contribute to the Buddha Sasana, to the community, to the country, and to humanity. We thank all the Venerable Bhikkhus, all the Mahatheras, and also all the Mahatheris, all the Venerable Bhikkhunis, also to all the Upāsakas and Upāsikās, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, and all friends. We hope all of us will continue to open our hearts for good deeds, for humanity, for liberation. So please share this program with more Dhamma friends and those who are keen to learn, practice, and serve the Buddha Sasana. So our heartfelt thanks to all our participants for your attentive participation and listening. And last and not least, we thank the UTBSI Dhamma Program Committee for helpfully and gladly organize this event. And we wish that all the members of the Sasana and all yet to come to the Dhamma may all be blessed with good health, peace of mind, and also continue to grow in the Dhamma. And may we all strive faithfully and happily, so all the vision and mission of the UTBSI Dhamma Program and also the goal of Nirvāna be realized soon. So after this, we will play the video for the upcoming program, and for the benefit of the friends in India, Dr. Shital Mashram from USA will do some translation, the essence of today's Dhamma program into Hindi language after the video. So again, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us, and may all be blessed with good health, peace of mind, and all the continuance practicing the Dhamma in harmony. So thank you, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Good night, and also good morning. So may we now invite Dr. Shital to do your translation on the essence of the talk to our friends in India.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Am I audible, Venerable Bhikkhuni? Yeah.
Yes. You may do it now.
Yes. So आज माघ पूर्णिमा के अवसर पर महाप्रजापति गौतमी के परिनिब्बान दिन के अवसर पर जो ये एक सप्ताह का जो धम्मा जो व्याख्यान आयोजित किया गया है, उसमें सबसे पहले आज का ये तो पहला दिन था। तो इसमें खुद्दक निकाय में अपदान इसमें आया है कि कैसे महाप्रजापति गौतमी ने पद्मोत्तर बुद्ध के समय उनके साथ में जो उनकी सहायिका थी, 7 दिन उन्होंने बुद्ध और उनके भिक्खु संघ की कैसे भोजन और अष्ट परिष्कार से उनकी सेवा की, और उस वक्त उन्होंने ये निवेदन किया कि मुझे आगे के आने वाले बुद्ध के समय कैसे अग्रसाविका होना है, अग्रणी होना है भिक्खुनी में। और फिर आज के हमारे जो आदरणीय पूज्य भिक्खु और भिक्खुनी, उनको मैं सभी को त्रिवार वंदन करती हूँ। और हमारे जो पहले वक्ता थे पूज्य भिक्खु शरणंकर महाथेरो, उन्होंने हमें बताया, आज उनका जो विषय था भिक्खुनी संघ की स्थापना और उसके समाज के लिए योगदान। तो उसमें हमें भंते ने बताया कि हमें महाप्रजापति गौतमी के जीवन से जो हमें सीख मिलती है, जो उनकी दया है, उनकी सहनशीलता है, जो क्षमाशीलता है, दृढ़ निश्चय और नम्रता, कैसे उन्होंने एक रानी, राजसी ठाट-बाट एक रानी का जीवन जीते हुए उन्होंने अनिश्चितता को ध्यान में रखते हुए जब बुद्ध भगवान से उन्होंने जब संघ में प्रवेश करने की अनुमति मांगते हैं, तो उससे हमें पता चलता है कि उनकी कितनी दृढ़ निश्चयता थी कि उन्होंने इतने सुख समृद्धि के बीच राजसी सुखों का त्याग करने के बाद भिक्खुनी शासन की स्थापना की। तो भिक्खुनियों का क्या समाज में योगदान है, कैसे वो धम्मदूत होती है, वो करुणा और मैत्री की प्रतीक होती है, और उसी की जरूरत है इस समाज को अभी के समय। तो भंते ने हमें ये बताया कि 2 प्रकार की पूजा होती है, आमिष पूजा और पति पत्नी पूजा। तो पति पत्नी पूजा ही सर्वश्रेष्ठ है, जो सही मायने में हम भिक्खुनी महाप्रजापति गौतमी को याद करके पति पत्नी जो हम करेंगे, वही उनके सही मायने में वंदना होगी। भंते सीवली नायक महाथेरा, उन्होंने बुद्ध शासन के 4 स्तंभ जो भिक्खु, भिक्खुनी, सावक और उपासिका और उपासिका है, ये जो 4 स्तंभ है, वो कैसे एक साथ मिलजुल के काम करना चाहिए, उसके बारे में हमें समझाया कि बुद्ध तो करुणा के प्रतीक है और उनकी दूरदृष्टि के वजह से ही उन्होंने पहले भिक्खुनियों को संघ में जितनी कठिनाई होगी उसका विचार करके ही पहले उन्हें मनाई की। तो वो मनाई ये नहीं थी कि उन्होंने भिक्खुनी संघ की स्थापना नहीं करनी थी। तो हमें वो हमारा जो एक विचार आता है लोगों के मन में, वो हमको कैसे दूर करना चाहिए उसके बारे में बताया। और भिक्खु, भिक्खुनी, उपासक, उपासिका, ये जो 4 स्तंभ है और सभी साथ अगर मिलके काम करते हैं, क्योंकि सभी का जो हमारा अंतिम जो मंजिल है, हमारी जो दृष्टि है हमारी, वो तो दुखों से मुक्ति ही है। तो हम अगर सब साथ में काम करते हैं तो ये जो हमारा रास्ता है, दुख मुक्ति का जो रास्ता, उसमें हमें आसानी होगी। तो भंते ने हमें बताया कि निब्बान किसी समाज की, किसी एक व्यक्ति का एकाधिकार नहीं है। सभी को अपने अपने दुखों से मुक्त होने के लिए सफर तय करना है। तो हमें जागरूक होकर, अप्रमादी होकर, हर एक क्षण सजग रहते हुए यह जानना चाहिए कि मनुष्य जन्म बहुत दुर्लभ है। हम आज यह क्षण में है, हम आज मनुष्य जन्म हमें मिला है, लेकिन हमें अगला जन्म कौन सा होगा यह हमें नहीं पता है। तो हमें हर पल सजग होकर दुख मुक्ति के मार्ग पर चलते रहना है। हमारी जो भिक्खुनी सुदर्शना महाथेरी है, उनका विषय था अग्रणी भिक्खुनी की नजरिए से। उन्होंने हमें बताया कि महापजापति महाथेरी जो नायिका है, अग्र नायिका है, कैसे सुद्धोधन राजा और महामाया के पुत्र सिद्धार्थ गौतम, जब महामाया की मृत्यु हो जाती है तो महाप्रजापति ने सिद्धार्थ गौतम का पालन पोषण किया। और जब बुद्धत्व की प्राप्ति के बाद 2 साल के बाद जब बुद्ध कपिलवस्तु आते हैं, तो शुद्धोधन अनागामी होते हैं और महाप्रजापति गौतमी सोतापत्ति फल प्राप्ति करती है। और राजा शुद्धोधन की मृत्यु के बाद महाप्रजापति गौतमी शाक्य जो स्त्रियां थी 500 शाक्य स्त्रियों को लेकर काशाय वस्त्र धारण करके वो वैशाली की तरफ जाती है। फूले हुए पैरों से धूले भरे हुए पैरों के साथ में और अश्रु मुख के साथ में वो जब वैशाली में जाती है, बुद्ध से याचना करती है भिक्खुनी संघ में प्रवेश करने के लिए, भिक्खुनी संघ की स्थापना करने के लिए। तो पहले जब बुद्ध उनको ये अनुमति नहीं देते, तो भंते आनंद जब बुद्ध से पूछते हैं कि क्या स्त्रियां भी पुरुषों की तरह निब्बान प्राप्त कर सकती है, तो बुद्ध उसका सकारात्मक उत्तर देते हैं। और इस तरह से बुद्ध भिक्खुनी संघ की स्थापना करने की महाप्रजापति गौतमी को अनुमति देते हैं और इस तरह से उनका संघ में प्रवेश होता है और कुछ ही समय के बाद वे अरहत्व की प्राप्ति करती है। और इस माघ पूर्णिमा के अवसर पर जब वो ध्यान उनका परिनिब्बान की अवस्था आती है, तो वो ध्यान में पहुंचने के बाद उनको परिनिब्बान प्राप्त होता है। और उस वक्त बुद्ध और उनके अग्र शावक भी उस समय वहां पर उपस्थित थे। तो हमें ये महाप्रजापति का आदर्श लेना चाहिए कि महिलाएं भी उच्चतम अवस्था जो निब्बान की अवस्था प्राप्त कर सकती है। कुछ महिलाओं को अपने आप में एक हीन भावना रहती है, वो हमें महाप्रजापति गौतमी के जो दृढ़ निश्चय, उनकी नम्रता, उनकी क्षमाशीलता, इससे हमें आदर्श लेकर अपने दुख मुक्ति मार्ग के लिए हमें अग्रसर रहना चाहिए। साधु साधु साधु।
So thank you so much, Dr. Shital, for your translation so that we can benefit our friends in India. And so with that, we will end this program. And we wish everyone a good day and see you all tomorrow.